The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Respect yourself and others will respect you. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. Never give a sword to a man who can't dance. The noble-minded are calm and steady. Little people are forever fussing and fretting. When the wind blows, the grass bends. He who knows and knows that he knows is a wise man, follow him. He who knows not and knows not that he knows, not as a fool, shun him. Fix your mind on truth. Hold firm to virtue. Rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. Lead the people with administrative injunctions, and put them in their place with penal law, and they will avoid punishments, but will be without a sense of shame. Lead them with excellence and put them in their place through roles and ritual practices, and in addition to developing a sense of shame, they will order themselves harmoniously. Be strict with yourself, but least reproachful of others, and complaint is kept afar. Learning without thinking is useless. Thinking without learning is dangerous. The scholar who cherishes the love of comfort is not fit to be deemed a scholar. If there were an honorable way to get rich, I'd do it even if it meant being a stooge standing around with a whip, but there isn't an honorable way, so I just do what I like. Not to discuss with a man worthy of conversation is to waste the man. To discuss with a man not worthy of conversation is to waste words. The wise waste neither men nor words. Sikang asked, "Is there one word with which to act in accordance throughout a lifetime?" The master said, "Is not reciprocity such a word? What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. If you expect great things of yourself and demand little of others, you'll keep resentment far away. If names be not correct, language is not in accordance with the truth of things. The expectations of life depend upon diligence. The mechanic that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools. I used to take on trust a man's deeds after having listened to his words. Now, having listened to a man's words, I go on to observe his deeds. Coarse rice to eat, water to drink, my bended arm for a pillow, therein is happiness. Wealth and rank attained through immoral means are nothing but drifting clouds. To be poor without murmuring is difficult. To be rich without being proud is easy. Care not for want of place, care for thy readiness to fill one. Care not for being unknown, but seek to be worthy of note. A youth is to be regarded with respect. How do we know that his future will not be equal to our present? If he reach the age of 40 or 50, and has not made himself heard of, then indeed he will not be worth being regarded with respect. What can a man do with music who is not benevolent? There are some with whom we may study in common, but we shall find them unable to go along with us to principles. Perhaps we may go on with them to principles, but we shall find them unable to get established in those along with us. Or if we may get so established along with them, we shall find them unable to weigh occurring events along with us. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. Don't grieve when people fail to recognize your ability. Grieve for your lack of ability instead. How can you love people without encouraging them? And how can you be loyal to people without educating them? If a craftsman wants to do good work, he must first sharpen his tools. To conceal resentment against a person and appear friendly with him, so Chiu Ming was ashamed of such conduct. If things far away don't concern you, you'll soon mourn things close at hand. If names be not correct, language is not in accordance with the truth of things. If language be not in accordance with the truth of things, affairs cannot be carried on to success. When affairs cannot be carried on to success, proprieties and music do not flourish. The wise never doubt, the humane never worry, the brave never fear. One who never anticipates deceit or expects duplicity, and yet is the first to recognize such things, is that not a sage indeed? The noble-minded worry about their lack of ability, not about people's failure to recognize their ability. In worthy teaching, all things are related. You are not yet able to serve men. How can you serve spirits? The Master said, I have not seen a person who loved virtue, or one who hated what was not virtuous. He who loved virtue would esteem nothing above it. He who hated what is not virtuous would practice virtue in such a way that he would not allow anything that is not virtuous to approach his person. Is anyone able for one day to apply his strength to virtue? I have not seen the case in which his strength would be insufficient. Should there possibly be any such case? I have not seen it. Don't worry if you have no position. Worry about making yourself worthy of one. Don't worry if you aren't known and admired. Devote yourself to a life that deserves admiration. To one who is not eager I do not reveal anything, nor do I explain anything to one who is not communicative. If I raise one corner for someone and he cannot come back with the other three, I do not go on. I am not one who was born with great wisdom. I love the ancients and diligently seek wisdom among them. He who studies but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not study is dangerous. Naming enables the noble-minded to speak, and speech enables the noble-minded to act. Therefore, the noble-minded are anything but careless in speech. There are those who act without knowing. I will have none of this. To hear a lot, choose the good and follow it. To see a lot and learn to recognize it. This is next knowledge. A noble-minded person is not an implement. A legendary horse is praised not for its strength, but for its integrity. The Master said, guide the people by law, align them by punishment. They may shun crime, but they will want shame. Guide them by mind, align them by courtesy. They will learn shame and grow good. They will do, but they are not equal to him who, though poor, is yet cheerful, and to him who, the rich, loves the rules of propriety. What is the good of being ready with the tongue? They who encounter men with smartnesses of speech for the most part procure themselves hatred. I know not whether he be truly virtuous, but why should he show readiness of the tongue? The noble-minded are all-encompassing, not stuck in doctrines. Little people are stuck in doctrine. Poor food and water for dinner. A bent arm for a pillow, that is where joy resides. For me, wealth and renown without honor are nothing but drifting clouds. In following the way, the noble-minded treasure three things: a manner free of violence and arrogance, a countenance full of sincerity and trust, a voice free of vulgarity and impropriety. The noble-minded encourage what is beautiful in people and discourage what is ugly in them. Little people do just the opposite.